first met, yeah, you didn't even look at me. I was so confident you couldn't even talk to me. Guys all around you. Well, that's a sneak preview. Come and take a look through the orange lens, my friends. How you doing? So, went to a march yesterday. Filmed it. Got to the front of the march. Filmed the whole thing past. I didn't actually film the whole march because my YouTube kept dropping out. It said I had full signal, so I'm not saying YouTube were blocking streams in any way, shape or form, but hey, I was having issues. So I decided to bin off the live feeding of the march and just record from the front to the back, which I like to get, and I'm going to get every single time. Just so people can see people coming out, right? Like, it helps if you can see other people doing something, and it can motivate you to want to do something yourself. You know, I don't believe that the doing something is going to marches. However, I believe the road to doing something is going to marches. Because more than anything, like for me, it's, you know, recharging your energy from, you know, opposing this force that wants to dominate. That can be draining, you know, depending on who you are and how you deal with things. But you know, I like to speak my mind and you know, just out and about, right? Just with people, with friends, you know, whatever the situation, I'm going to be honest. And if that honesty calls for me needing to say something that's controversial or, you know, a little bit like, then I'm going to still say it. Because, you know, I believe in speaking honesty. Even if, like what was I said the other day, it's like, I'd rather be honest than wrong, right? So it's like, honesty isn't truth. It, to the best of my knowledge, when I speak, I'm speaking truthfully. But that's based on, like, my knowledge, right? Like, you know, I've always said I'm not the fucking the know-it-all, right? So, and so anyway, I went to yesterday's march. I've got no notes at all. I just decided I was just gonna freestyle today, just chuck out a conversation, just say hello. I haven't been making videos as much, and it's not because I don't care or I don't want to, but I felt to ease off because you know, it was draining a lot of my energy, quite frankly. And I don't know if you can see on the screen. Let me take these off. Yeah. So I've got a project open here. This is my music software program, and I love this thing. This is just like, this is life to me. And I needed to put all my messages that I say in videos in songs, right? And I want to do more with it. You know, so I had to sort of like think to myself, well, do I have the energy to do all of these things, or do I need to focus my energy a bit more? And it turns out focusing my energy a bit more was the answer to me. So I figured I'll do, you know, I'll make a video after I've been to a march, and God forbid a whole month went by without a march. I would make a video once a month anyway, because I still want to speak out. I still want to hope that someone's gonna, you know, watch a video I make and take something from it that's going to help them to grow in some way, and mainly to question the system we live in, right? Oh my God. So this is it's my camera rig. When I go to a march, I added the fork, although someone did very rightly so point out it was a Trident. She said to me, "Are you Zeus or something?" And it was like, no, I'm a guy with a fork. And make sure that don't fall off because it's prone to doing it. So anyway, went to the march yesterday, and it was awesome. So I was talking about while I was making videos, isn't it? But it's whatever, you know. So I'm going to do once a month, and hopefully someone takes something somewhere, right? And that's what that is. I think I was getting a bit, you know, because I don't get any interaction really, and since I moved all my videos to YouTube. I post like links and stuff to elsewhere, but I don't really get any interaction, and it's been over a year, and it's just, that's draining in itself. But I can't stop, is what I realised. I have a feeling inside of me that is, I need to speak out in every public way I possibly can. So that is what I'm going to continue to do. It's just not going to be like every day, or, you know, it's going to be once a month, you know. Maybe I might chuck in another one here and there just for whatever, because I've got something really that I want to say. But I think, you know, it's good with me. I can focus on the music. But yesterday's march was epic. Absolutely epic. You know, I got to the front of the march on a very wide straight, and you just go onto my page and you'll see the video. It's epic. The amount of people is unreal. And it was 46 minutes I was stood there for, which is the same as the one before last, but shorter than the last one. But the last one, people got spread out. I think there was around the same, I'd say there's probably a bit more people there, but it was around the same volume. Masses, you know, and one thing you notice, you know, is the amount of people that may not be marching, but they then join in, because they're walking around without masks on. They're just not going about their lives making a fuss about it, right? They're just fucking carrying on. So yeah, you know, and that's cool. But a lot of them join in, and it's a really good vibe, because actually most people are good people, right? Whether you're standing up to the bad or not, you know, you're not going about your day to fuck with people. And you know, I say, you know, people get too easy into hating on humanity, right? The whole, you know, humans are a cancer and fucking people are dickheads, and, you know, all these sort of sayings that people have because you're frustrated with, like, you know, driving can be frustrating, right? And you can very quickly get to hating on people because of driving. And you can get to, you know, because people can appear inconsiderate, which they really can be, and thoughtless and so on and so forth. But I believe in humanity, and I believe in good people standing up just for the sake of goodness, for no other ulterior motive other than the ulterior motive of, we need to do better. Not like it's like, I see these comments, right, on I've been active on Twitter recently, hashtag GWAF_I hodl. Bitcoin, whoever you are up there having a little watch, I hope you're into Bitcoin. If you're not into Bitcoin, get into Bitcoin. In the links after this video's done, there'll be plenty of links. You may well have already seen the links. You may not be interested. That's cool, but you should be. Anyway, El Salvador, mining off of volcanoes. The future's arriving. Anyway, so yesterday was really good. Totally sidetracking there, and therefore I'm going to lose my flow. So the march was really good. What was I just saying? Who knows? I was off on a side tangent, wasn't I? And it's not coming back to me. Unity is needed, right? Knowing why it's needed. You know, if you hear people talking about things that are, you know, wanting change or whatever, we should ask why in every area, right? And not stop asking. Right? Like I just mentioned Bitcoin, and I have to look at shitcoins every now and then, which is like all the altcoins. If you're not a Bitcoin or you don't know, there's Bitcoin, which is a separate entity. Some people say Bitcoin and they start talking about cryptocurrencies. That's not the one. There's Bitcoin, and then there's a whole load of crap that basically allows people to get scammed and mugged off, and they're not really doing anything good for humanity, and they're not decentralized. There's a few minor things that are really trying to copy Bitcoin, but it's Bitcoin anyway. So I'm just losing my flow all over the place. I haven't made a video in a month, haven't I? I've lost me flow state. But anyway, who cares? I just want to speak. I just want to say, let's look at stuff. But one thing, yesterday's march was interesting. There was some troublemakers there. They were very obviously not of the march. You could tell by their over-animated body language their aggressive nature, and they kept trying to speed the march up and split it off. So any march goers, bear that in mind, and if you know any of the organisers, say something. I'm going to inbox, but you know, who knows what that'll do. I'm in a few groups. I'm going to chuck a couple of things out, but you know, we all face a common not enemy, a common obstacle, right? We face a common obstacle, and that's the corruption of government, right? Like, whatever way you look at it, from Matt Hancock, this story about Matt Hancock, I mean, I don't even know whether to take it seriously. I've seen so many smoke screens and stories that end up just being like a fucking look over here, or you know, because they're playing chess, or at least they damn well should be. Someone's playing chess, right? So there's moves being made that then affect future decisions, right? Like the government might want to look like, actually, we do have a moral stance, right? And so, oh my God, Matt Hancock, I mean, you know, let's not, you know, he's done a whole load of bad shit, but now he's cheated on his wife, right? And got caught on camera. I mean, so now they get to look moral, right? And he gets to stand down, and he's still going to be on the fucking back, but he's still going to be in politics, right? Like Tony Blair, the warmonger, still in politics. It's got to change, right? And can it change quickly? Who knows? I didn't think that fucking life had changed so much over a bug that wasn't fucking killing everyone. But hey, look what happened, right? 99% of people's immune system beat the shit out of this thing, and all of a sudden children need to be vaccinated. So we'll see, won't we? Right? But I believe that after seeing what's happened in COVID, I've now got more hope in faster action. After seeing, you know, how Bitcoin operates, I have more hope in faster action. You know, I wish more of my friends would take things a little bit more seriously when they need taking seriously, right? But I can't seem to say anything that works. I've tried bombarding them with information. I've tried, you know, just, you know, bringing it into conversations. I've tried outright ignoring everything. And you know, now I'm just settled back to being me, and whatever I say, what I say when I say it, and you like it or you don't, and that's just the fucking way it is. But I think that I think we got a lot of reasons for change, and that's about it. I have nothing prepared today, and I now don't want to bumble on. So really, it's just a hello. It's just I hope you're doing well. I'm still focused. I'm working bloody hard on my music. Stuff's coming because of it. Not like just, you know, my songs creating anything. I get a few likes and a few listens, right? But the audio engineering side that I've been working on, that's bringing back positive feedback. I've had work. I might have mentioned it. I did for a Bitcoin radio show, which I'm well proud of. I mixed their music playlist so that it all sits at the right levels and it all sounds nice, and they were well complimentary, and now want me to do more stuff with them, so that's really good. And you know, so I'm really happy in the progression I'm making, and I will continue to go to marches, not because I think change comes from marching, but the more we join up, the more we meet up, the more we communicate, and the more people we meet, the more we can achieve. And so marches are a road too, right? When you march, you're just marching on roads. You might have a few destinations, but you're just marching, and that's what it is. It's raising awareness. I don't believe true political change happens. I believe the only true political change worth happening is reform. So to me, anything short of total reform of politics isn't going to cut it for me. And I know I've met now tons of people that feel exactly the same. You know, I said to the coppers yesterday, a few of them, I was like, took off my sunglasses, and I was like, so have you figured out that this is a nanoparticle virus? Let's just pretend that COVID is totally real and it's out there, which it is. It is. It's just not the deadly real COVID, right? I've seen enough studies they've, you know, I mean, Brett Weinstein, let's not sidetrack, but anyway, I said to the copper, I was like, so have you figured it out yet? Nanoparticle virus, wearing masks with gaps down the side, they're not designed to fight against nanoparticle viruses. Gaps on the nose, it's all flying out, like it's all moving around. They're not effective against anything. There's no studies that show they are. And this copper's like looked at me and just gone, well, thanks for your opinion. I'm like, that's not an opinion, that's science. There's a big difference. You can try and play the opinion game all you like, but some things are fact. I was saying this with a mate last night. Some things are fact. Some things are just a fact. You can't deny it, and some things aren't. So I put my sunglasses back on and I carried on filming the march. Because as much as I stopped the live feed because of the signal, I have a GoPro with me. So I film the entire bloody thing front to back anyway. Wherever I point my stick, it gets filmed. So I've always got a copy of that. It's just because like I've seen YouTube ripping videos and stuff like that. So since, I don't know, middle of last year somewhere, I got like a couple of backup external drives. All my videos I've made are backed up. Everything's backed up, so it doesn't matter what happens or doesn't happen. So, you know. Anyway, we carry on, right? And we keep on trying to fight the good fight. I don't see anyone that's got any answers. Many people have got a few starts in the road, right? You know, a direction to head. But we don't know the answers. And I think there's a joy we can take from the unknown. I think embracing the unknown frees up a lot of worry, future worry. I'm not saying it gets rid of it. We've still got internal maintenance to do. But I do believe that the less we worry about the future, so the more we embrace the unknown, right? So it's in your day-to-day thoughts. When things happen and you're future projecting, bring yourself back and just go, whoa, 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 whoa. What am I doing with this future projecting? Right? So you're considering a situation that may happen in the future, maybe between, you know, you and someone else, or a thing you're going to do, right? And it starts at these small roots, right? And there's even smaller ones still, right? But when you find your mind going into these patterns, your conscious mind, right, has the ability, you can just go, whoa, 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 hang on, what am I doing here? What's the point in this? Maybe set up something that when you realise this, you're like, I've got this thing to think about, right? So you set something up that you find is important in your life that you maybe want to address, right? So when you start thinking future projections, you might think to yourself, no, let me bring this back. I wanted to look into something, or I wanted to, you know, whatever. It's your gig, right? I don't believe it. I don't have the answers for you. I have my answers, right? And the systems that we can transfer, whereby, you know, you can work on yourself and you can maintain that. Because future projections, when you're thinking forward and you allow worry to come in and you're trying to control the path to it, I think we miss a lot of life. You know, I'm down with planning. I'm down with, you know, every great plan can fall by the wayside, right? So sure, make plans, but when you're going into the unknown, you don't know if those plans are going to completely come through. Yes, you can absolutely guide your life and just tunnel vision it so that you get to point A, B, C and D, right? But the amount of shit that we can miss along the way is unreal, and I think part of that enables us to be told that we need to wear masks that have no health and safety ramifications. They're not. This isn't science. This isn't based on knowledge. This is just wear a mask. It's, you know, when you look into it, it's bullshit. So, you know, I suggest people do that. You know, go watch the video I did yesterday of the march. It's epic. How fun. All right. And and see all the people. You know, find something inside of you that you want to channel your energy into. You know, something that you can do to give or to show to people that demonstrates your want for something good. You know, just come to marches, meet people, talk to people. Eventually things will start happening and the numbers will be there to roll it through. But if we do not build in number, movements will get crushed. But this movement keeps going and it keeps growing, like astronomically. It seems every move the government makes, it just brings more people to the movement of change. So whether you're Extinction Rebellion, whether you're, I don't know, whatever group you're representing, whether it's for gender, whether it's for age, whether it's for fucking race, whether it's for free choice, we all need to be marching on the same day. I suggested in a group we march second Saturday of every month and the last Saturday of every month. All the organisers are now not organisers, right? Because the police need to nail organisers, and if we keep functioning in a hierarchical way, they will cut the head off the snake. If we start acting in a way that is independent and sovereign, they cannot stop it. They haven't got the tools to do it. They'd have to start a civil war. And none of us really want that. Not really. So, if we start acting in a sovereign way, all marches need to join together. Leaders need to be stepping away. Right? Take a fucking note from Bitcoin, right? And step away from your movements. But do it in a responsible manner. Set up your group so that you know that everyone can still make posters, everyone can still post, everyone's still there doing the same thing, right? Now step back. Maybe join a new group of people that were organising and start to brainstorm about how we're going to implement the new way, right? Then maybe start groups on that. And then you're going to have to step away from that as well. Because we can't have any leaders. We can't have any central power. That's one of the things I love about Bitcoin. I'd written it in a 13-point document I'd done called, what was it? A Declaration of Humanity, right? And one of the big points I was making in it was something Bitcoin says, and they've got a trademark term for it, which is rules, not rulers. You know, and I was just basically saying that we need documents, not leaders. Right, so Bitcoin resonates with me in every way, shape and form, so I fucking love this stuff. You need to invest in Bitcoin, and at the moment, basically, there's a sale on. So if you buy now, you're going to have more stats than if you buy in like maybe a year. Right? I mean, I don't exactly know how this dip's going to work because I've looked at the history of Bitcoin, and basically, the price of Bitcoin is rising. Right now, that kind of is a whatever. I've probably bought about as much Bitcoin as I'm going to buy, which will piss some people off, and I can't do much about that. I'm not like, there might be a point, right, where you know, where like maybe, I don't know, I'm doing some like more savings and whatnot. I'll use Bitcoin, not banks. But you know, the price is very much, you know, it's not great. When, like me, you bought at a higher price with your savings and then it drops afterwards. But I know that that will level back out because the fucking price is going back up, right? That's happening. From everything in the history of it, you know, with now nation state adoption, price is going up. That's just the way it is. So what I put in, the fiat value of what I put in, will level back out again. But it's supporting a new way, a decentralized way, and the more of us that do that, even if we only put in like a couple of grand, right, each, everybody that does that, you're taking away from a system that's broken and corrupt and putting in to a fucking sovereign financial system, right? Freedom money, right? Every fucking revolutionary, every rebel should have some money in it. And if you're worried about security, there's many tools you can use to stay anonymous. What is it? What's the podcast called? They're really fucking good. From the Crypt, CRYPT, from the Crypt, right? It's Marty Bent and Matt Odell, and Matt Odell does shows that are really specific to Bitcoin security and anonymity and stuff like that. He's on it like a car bonnet on that side. They're both really good to listen to and full of knowledge. So I suggest you. I think, in fact, I think Tales from the Crypt may even be in the links that I'm going to put in afterwards. So check the description and you'll find out. So yeah, let's find reasons to be motivated. Right, let's take steps every single day to do it. Right, whether you're working on some music, right, whether you're writing some poetry, whether you're doing research and learning and writing articles on what you're learning, whatever you do, share it. Share it. We all need to share, right? Sharing is caring. And fuck, we need some caring. We need some Care Bears up in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyway, I think we're going to call it a day, my friends. So be good. It's up there behind the board. Use the force. Positive mental attitude. Be kind with your thoughts to yourselves like you would for others. Keep loving your hearts for yourselves like you would for others. And let's get it. Get what, John? Awareness course. Peace in.